Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today we are going to be doing the 6th part of What If Goku Became an Android. Please like the video if you haven't already and subscribe. It's totally free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. There's nothing much else I'd like to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video.
Slick talker since a jet. Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag. Disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
Super 17 flies toward Goku and tries to punch him, only to see Goku fly right past him with ease. Dr. Jiro's smirk fades after seeing just how fast Goku is right now. He hadn't been analysing Goku's new form as intensely as he should have, being overwhelmed by the work he had to do to finish off Super 17. After successfully completing his Operation Resurrection, he became arrogant. He didn't assume that Goku would be strong enough to defeat his strongest creation. Super 17 roars and punches Goku, who catches his attack. Throwing his fist to the side, he lands a single devastating punch that shoots the android into the water like an arrow. The water is shot up as this happens, and Dr. Jiro looks at Goku with fear. Super 17 is stronger, but Goku is now on a totally different level. Beerus is an extremely strong god of destruction, and Goku is easily at least low god of destruction level. The android comes charging out the water with his brazen red eyes glued on Goku. He restlessly tries to take him down, but his attacks are to no avail. Goku evades or blocks every single one of them, and he simply doesn't want to hurt him. He sees the face of a friend that he's made and can't just kill him here like the other fake cells that were attacking him previously. Android 17 used to be a human after all. He just feels like it would be wrong to kill him now. His body is still intact, so he is hoping that his mind is the same. He can tell that he's a strong warrior from the power he's currently showing him, so he would definitely be an asset in helping protect the Earth in the future. Super 17 blindly rushes ahead just as he's been doing for all of the attacks he's previously thrown, and Goku decides to slip past his punch and grab him by his neck. Pulling him back ferociously, he stops 17 from breathing while turning back to Dr. Chiro, who watches on terrified. The android struggles to try and release himself, and his movements soon slow. 17 passes out completely and Goku holds him in place for a few seconds before laying him on his shoulder. Diving down and ahead, he kicks Dr. Jiro in his stomach with such force that tsunami-like waves are raised, and he crushes the components in his chest. Even in his newly powered body, he is nothing compared to Goku now. Struggling to remain in flight, he sees Goku charging toward him and screams while releasing a full power photon wave. With his upgraded body, the photon wave moves with greater speed and also looks much larger than the canon version. However, Goku moves with such speed that it looks like he's teleporting. He arrives by the side of this blast, then shoots a simple laser-like beam at Jiro. Hitting one of his vital components, he partially falls into the water before thrusting back up into flight. He grits his teeth in pain having received that attack and would be coughing up blood if he was in his human body. So you moved yourself out of your previous cyborg body and went nearly full-on artificial. I don't think you were as careful to continue your resurrection operation this time, were you? Goku says, making Jiro's eyes widen. What he said just now is the truth, and he can't die here. Flying away as fast as he possibly can, Goku just tracks him down with his outreached palm and shoots a red ki blast at him. No matter how fast he flies, he can't outfly it, and it hits into his back, exploding on impact. A massive explosion is released and Dr. Jiro is destroyed for good. Finally, Goku says to himself, before flying off to Capsule Corp. With a wild Super 17, Goku stands over him as Bulma tries her best to try and reset his mind. Finding her way around the complex circuitry of 17's mind, she manages to alter it and return it to its original state. This isn't his mind before he was a human, but it's his mind before he had his mind altered the second time. 17 is awoken and looks very scared, and it's almost as if he has no clue where he is. However, Goku explains to him what's happened. He doesn't have the humility to utter a single word of gratitude and just flies off after the procedure. The least he could have said was thanks, Bulma says, falling back onto her chair in relief. After this time, Frieza is reborn by the likes of Sorbet and his army. The procedure is quite long and arduous as they must head to Namek to retrieve his body. However, they find him on the way in space looking for a nearby planet that he once reigned over. Frieza can survive in space and he is gravely injured, so he flies off into space to try and find the planet where he can heal. However, he is picked up in the process and healed in a healing chamber in Sorbet's ship and is restored to his full strength. Seeing how strong those Saiyans were, he feels the need to train once again and does the same 4 months that he did in canon to achieve his golden form. During this time though, Goku, Vegeta and Nappa have all picked up training under Whis. They are all very strong and seek to further their powers by receiving divine guidance and assistance. Whis begins to take them down the road of Ultra Instinct, and Goku is making the most initial progress. He He is Goku, but also just has the most compatible mind for Ultra Instinct. Vegeta is an intelligent warrior and calculates his moves, while Nappa fights with fury and power. The model of the mindless, graceful Ultra Instinct user is a tough concept for Nappa and Vegeta to immediately wrap their heads around. On Earth though, strong fighters like Goten, Trunks and Gohan still remain. Goten and Trunks were training much more than they were in canon, and now that their fathers are off-world, they have decided to become frequent sparring partners for each other. This means that they still grow stronger, but Trunks is still too arrogant to take heed of the advice that the stronger Goten gives him. Eventually though, Trunks gains access to Super Saiyan 2 and this bridges the gap between him and his friend slightly. However, he's going to have to put in a lot more work to totally match his strength right away. Frieza arrives on Earth and his army is dealt with easily by the likes of the Z Fighters, but also Goten and Trunks. Gohan arrives as he does in canon, but the two kids steal the show. Goten dismantles the likes of Shisami and Takuma with ease, leaving just Frieza as the sole fighter left. He exits his flying pod and flies right at Goten, still in his first form. He sees no need to transform against a mere child, but he is surprised to see that Goten takes the kick that he gives him. Goten is still in just Super Saiyan and evades the punch that he subsequently throws. Frieza shouts and throws down a full power slam, but Goten lifts into flight and evades his attack entirely. The ground intensely shakes under this impact, but Goten takes this time to ascend higher into his next form, Super Saiyan 2. Frieza is taken aback by this transformation, since the only Saiyan form that he is aware of is the basic Golden Super Saiyan form. However, he just chuckles at the fact that this new form looks incredibly similar to ordinary Super Saiyan. The only difference that he can see is the lightning that now crackles in his aura. "What is this simple power-up gonna do against me, boy?" Frieza asks with pride, but Goten dives down with newfound speed. He catches Frieza off guard with a punch that launches him into his floating pod. It cracks on impact and he slowly raises up to his feet with surprise on his face. "So your son is stronger than you were on that day, Goku. What a surprise," Frieza says, before erupting in his own aura of ki. "You annoy me," Frieza declares, entering his final form. There is a bright, blinding light and his sleek white form takes form once again. Gohan just scoffs upon seeing this form once again. He feels annoyed that he must stay behind, but he hasn't been training. He can barely sustain Super Saiyan, let alone get Super Saiyan 2, and it's clear that he has gotten much weaker. He wants to step in, but as much as he wants to do so, he is aware that he would just slow his younger brother down. Frieza charges at Goten with a smile, making him step back upon seeing just how fast he has become. However, before Frieza can reach him, Goku arrives and catches his punch. He didn't actually teleport since he didn't go to Yardrat to learn instant transmission, but his movements look like he is teleporting. Beside him, Vegeta and Nappa land and look ahead with their usual imposing frames. Frieza doesn't even greet the Saiyan and throws another punch in quick succession. He killed him and now feels great anger upon seeing him, but Goku catches his next attack with ease. His punch stops him right in place, and as soon as it lands in his palm, there's nothing he can do to push his fist further. Frieza shrugs it off and doesn't want to immediately show his weakness. Backing away, the two fighters stand against each other and Frieza doesn't want to waste any time in just his final form. After seeing him catch his punch so easily, there's just no need to beat around the bush. He enters his new golden form and Goku looks quite astonished. He can sense his ki and he's gotten stronger by quite a large amount, but you just can't see him being stronger than him. Frieza shoots toward him with newfound speed and Goku enters his Super Saiyan God form initially. Blocking the incoming attack, Frieza feels this impossibly strong resistive force once again. Following this, he delivers a gut punch to his gut that cripples him. Frieza still has enough strength left though, and he rushes forward to attack him once again. He swings wildly and angrily, and his attacks simply don't connect or land on the target. He continuously misses and Goku is evading his attacks easily. "Even after all this time, Frieza, you couldn't become stronger than us Saiyans that you look down on so much," Goku declares, making Frieza shout in anger. He struggles to accept his inferiority, and then Vegeta lands ahead of Goku after he evades the last attack. "Let me continue this bout. You killed him once, let me destroy him for the final time," Vegeta says. He turns to Frieza and lifts his arm right at his face. Vegeta erupts in an aura of blue ki and Frieza just watches in fear. "Wait, Vegeta, if you don't kill me, I can give you all very high rankings in my empire," Frieza offers with his arms reached out. "What do I care about the empire that we've already destroyed once? Your empire will be no more after you perish," Vegeta says, releasing an energy wave before Frieza can even reply. He is taken out by the incoming energy blast and there is nothing left of him as he is completely vaporized. Vegeta, Nappa and Goku are much stronger entering training with Whis. Now that they have android bodies that allow them to constantly grow stronger, they have all reached new heights. Nappa has solidified himself as a very strong warrior. He has a lower power level than Goku and Vegeta, but for the power level he is incredibly strong. Following this swift end to the Resurrection F saga, the next saga that comes along is the Universe 6 saga. Beerus and Champa decide to have this tournament of destroyers, and the Saiyans are eager to showcase their abilities. Seeing the number of fighters they are to come up against, they agree to split the opponents evenly between them. Gohan and Piccolo are added to the team just as supplementary fighters. Judging from how strong Goku, Vegeta and Nappa are, they are confident that they're not going to fight any person at this tournament. Beerus has no need to add Monaka to their ranks to motivate the Saiyans. They are already highly anticipating the ability to showcase their new powers to the opposite universe. There are 5 opponents for them to go against, and Goku is given only 1 fighter to go against. He is the strongest, and they say that he should let Nappa and Vegeta have a chance to fight more. Nappa is first up, and he is very bummed out to find out that his first opponent is Botamo. Botamo can absorb a lot of blunt trauma like punches and kicks, but Nappa is the bane of his very existence. He rushes forward and lands a single punch that launches him right off the arena. He does a good job to absorb the force from this fairy Saiyan, but it just isn't enough. Even Botamo is surprised that he was thrown off the ring with 1 punch. The following opponent is Frost, and he looks far more entertained to see that he is one of Frieza's race. He can't wait to pummel someone of Frieza's race after everything that he had been through under the Tyrant's reign. The fight begins and Nappa wipes the floor with Frost. Initially, Frost can't do anything to hit him. He's still in his first form and he eventually climbs up to his final form, but he can't do anything to take him down. Soon enough, Nappa has a look of disappointment after realizing that his time is up and he hasn't even had the chance to fight anyone strong at all. He just stands there in anger and sadness, taking the punches from Frost without even moving. Frost sees this, then decides to try and use his poison while he isn't dodging his attacks. However, Nappa slips past the punch that is aimed for his chest, then strikes Frost in his face with such force that he is nearly killed. He shoots off the entire ring and he is eliminated. For the next fighter that comes along, Vegeta signals for Nappa to get off so that he can fight, and he just reluctantly complies. Who knew that Universe 6 would be so weak, Nappa says, just stepping off the ring. Champa is annoyed by this disrespect and places all his hope in Ultimate Getter to mend his hurt ego by eliminating the next fighter. Ultimate Getter takes this comment as an insult though and just throws himself off the ring. Champa just looks at this aghast, and Beerus has burst out laughing at him and his whole universe. This evens out the fighters that Goku and Vegeta have for 1 each, and Vegeta is up against Cabba just like in canon. He consoles him and tutors him through his bout. He did want to actually fight, but thinks that training up a Saiyan to use Super Saiyan is a much more valuable thing for him to have done. From the look of Hit though, he is annoyed that he won't be fighting him instead. From his general appearance, he looks quite strong. He just steps off the ring and lets Goku carry on as Universe 7's next fighter. Goku faces Hit and the match has begun. Goku begins in his base form and tries to land a punch on Hit, however he seems to just teleport out the way and hit him into the ring floor, causing it to crack. Goku feels pain from this attack and is taken aback by his strength, and he rolls away from the next attack promptly. He enters his Primal Super Saiyan form, taking on an appearance that looks closer to Nappa's, and enters battle again. He trades blows with Hit and looks to be doing much better, but Hit is not even trying. However, Goku somehow looks disappointed. If he has to try as hard as he is to contain his attacks from his Primal Super Saiyan state, he assumes that he just isn't as strong as he is. Hit throws a stronger punch to his chest that sends him sliding across the arena floor, and Goku is tired of waiting around. He doesn't want to fight this warrior when he is clearly holding back, and his weird teleportation-like ability should make this fight more entertaining. He roars and begins powering up, releasing vast amounts of strength. Now utilizing God Ki, his power level shoots up by significant amounts, and the rubble across the ring from their battle slowly rises and floats around him. You'll be the first person to see me use this fight in battle. I've been working on it for quite a while and I think I just got it down, Goku says, making him smile. Hit isn't concerned, looking at him with his signature solemn gaze. His hair switches to red, but it remains furry, and so does his body. His fur becomes a pale red colour too, and he envelops in a fiery red aura. Now he has combined the power of Primal Super Saiyan with Super Saiyan God. This is not just ordinary Super Saiyan God, this is Primal Super Saiyan God, 1000 times multiplier on Super Saiyan God. How did he get that form before me? Nappa says with annoyance. Goku looks like a true god as he faces Hit. His power has reached new heights, and these are heights that Hit simply can't reach. He dashes at Goku and throws a full power strike. He causes a shockwave to be released from how fast his fist moves, but Goku isn't hit by the punch. Another comes his way, but he slips right past it with immense speed but also graceful movements. He moves with a certain amorphousness where he just moves in just the right way to make sure that he isn't caught. Hit comes rushing in, angry that he has been reduced to this level. He is renowned for his skill and power as an assassin. Being seen now as a weak fighter that can't even hit his target makes him furious. His attack is far too predictable though. His anger has gotten the best of him and Goku just parries his incoming punch with a light tap before kicking hit in his stomach. His aura flares out in the process and Hit is shot backwards like an arrow. Landing outside the ring, he coughs blood upon holding his stomach and the tournament is now over. Goku stands in the ring and Champa looks upon him with concern. Just how strong is that Saiyan? Champa whispers to himself, watching him. From first glance, he thinks that he might even rival the weaker gods of destruction. However, shaking his head, he brushes that thought off because it just isn't possible in his mind. How could a mere Saiyan mortal compare to a god anyways? So that will conclude the 6th part of What If Goku Became an Android. Please tell me something you liked about this video or something that I should improve on for the next one. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.